Welcome to Left Back in the Changing Room.
Whoa-hey.
Whoa-hey indeed. Hello, listeners. We are back.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
It's just two of us that are back, NVD.
I know. I'm not sure where the others are. It's just the dynamic duo.
Just a bit of a depleted squad. You can call us Badil and Skinner this week. It is Jimmy Ferguson, myself, and NVD who's joined me. A bit of a reduced panellist, as I say. The other boys are otherwise engaged. Pellers is setting up for Macy's yearly live stream broadcast of their financial results. Last year it didn't go to plan. He forgot to press the button to stream it. Hopefully it goes better this time. Sean the John McGinn fanboy, he's just been skiing. We heard he had a bit of an accident.
He went down backwards apparently.
He did, yeah. In Scotland they don't have snow, so it was new to him. And then Captain Russ, he's not around either. He is on baby duty. Him and Patrick Vieira have teamed up. They've gone down the park.
There you go.
Baby Raheem and young Beckett Tilly, I believe, is Russ's little lad. They're out feeding the ducks and having some mince pies. So
Baby Raheem loves his mince pies with his little hands.
Absolutely, and he's sharing them now. So that's nice of him, isn't it? So there you go, listeners. Just myself and NVD with you. What a week, NVD. Game week 24. We're at the halfway mark. It's like just sitting waiting to hear what's now going to happen.
Exactly. We've got West Ham, Liverpool, the London Stadium tomorrow to close out game week 24.
Just on tenterhoods. We cannot really, even see who's done what until then. But it really was a week of injuries. Let's be honest. What a poor show.
It really is. Just like our depleted panellists, there's been injuries left, right, and centre.
Everyone's going down. It's this coronavirus.
It's hitting the Premier League.
We're staying strong, mate. It's because we wear our masks.
I never leave home without it. Yeah, I mean that's it. If you look at the average across kind of the FPL, 34, and this is a game week where so many FPL managers, including myself, were thinking of the big time, and many people played there or are playing, because there's obviously a game to go there, triple captain. But I mean, who knows? This could turn out to be probably one of the poorest scoring game weeks, and it's a double game week for two teams. So it's just not been great. A lot of kind of surprises, with either kind of players being rested because of the fixture pile up. Obviously, we've had players involved in FA Cup as well as the League Cup as well. So
sorry, let me take my. Taking my corona mask off to speak. Hi guys. So most captain this week, NVD, was Mane, and 1 point. Most triple captain, Trent Alexander-Arnold. 468 people triple captained him.
Well, that's it. I mean, we spoke about last week how he was a good differential against kind of Mane and Salah, and obviously kind of he turned up with the assists. So he got his 5 points. So I guess if you've got him in your team, then and you've still got a game to go, and he could still kind of come back with more assists, and if not a goal. So
quite disappointing that your lads let one in. Jimenez, good header, nice bit of play from Traore. He's looking good.
He's looking good. I mean, I read a stat that actually, from a pairing perspective, in terms of assists and goals scored, I think they are the highest scoring kind of partnership, midfield striker partnership in the Premier League at the moment. I mean, we know about Jimenez, but I mean, Traore has been a revelation. He's great. He looks a little unnatural for me on the ball, but he's got
a powerhouse.
He's got so pace, quick, power, skillful. And he really is skillful on the ball. And it was a great dink in and a good header by Jimenez. And if I'm perfectly honest, Wolves, I dare say, have been probably one of the toughest opponents of the season thus far.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, we keep saying with Wolves, and I'll probably get into it second half, but we're expecting the wheels to fall off at some point, more so because of exhaustion, because they're in the Europa Cup and they played a lot of games, but they just keep on piling it out. And I thought that they had lost it against Southampton a few weeks back. They're 2-0 down, came back and won it 3-2. Almost gave Liverpool the shock of their life, and almost did Liverpool in that game. Wonderful stuff from Firmino at the end. What a goal.
You can't rule us out, that's the thing.
Know how to dig it out.
It's nice being in that position, because we've not really been like that for many years. It's kind of like you score a goal and that's it, you're on tenterhooks for the rest of the game. And if someone equalises, you're thinking, oh, you know what, actually they're going to score again, as opposed to, you know what, we're going to score. But we've got that confidence, and
I say when
continue.
When Wolves had scored, I was of the opinion go on Wolves, go on and win it now. Alexander-Arnold's lost his clean sheet. I don't care anymore.
You had Firmino in your team.
I did have Firmino, so everything was bittersweet. I'll take it. But I mean, in terms of injuries, listen to this: Mane injured, Rashford injured, Tammy Abraham injured, Mahrez is out, Richarlison is out, Harry Kane is out.
Yeah, the perm.
So many. Is the perm gone? The perm is out. You're right.
5% chance of playing.
What a perm!
I think he took a hit to the head, so the perm's out of place.
No! One of his locks is out of place. He's injured. He's like, I'm not coming out. No one can see me.
It's like Samson. He needs his hair. Snodgrass as well.
Snoddy, injured.
I put him in my team. I think you did as well, didn't you? And,
I sure did. Wesley, Pulisic. The list goes on. Some big names.
It's crazy.
Why do you think these? Too many games? It has to be. It's killing the fantasy at the moment, isn't it?
I think that's it. You've reached that period where you've had that exhaustive fixture list, what with all competitions, but essentially the Premier League fixtures. And I don't know, some of these players are probably just looking forward to that little mini winter break and that kind of sun lounger in Mallorca or wherever they're going to, and they just decided to limp up.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to that. Sun lounger, a few beers, tan on white skin. But what do you think, NVD, about this now? Knowing there's so many injuries, do you remove the players that are injured? I've got 3 or 4 in my team that are likely not to play next week. Snoddy, Mane, I say 3 or 4 too, but
yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, again, it comes down to who you've got injured and their price as well, right? You've got to remember that, selling players, you're not going to get that same value. You don't want it to kind of be detrimental to your team if you want to get said player back as well. So if we're referring to Mane there, then look, I think kind of he's out for the next 2 games. He's likely to be back, although not confirmed, against Norwich, game week 26. So he's definitely out for the West Ham game, which we know is game week 24. He's out against Southampton.
So you got the inside scoop there from the training ground. He's out for the next 2.
I spoke to Herr Klopp, and he said, "Look, it's just not looking good for Mane." And I was like, "Well, thanks for that, but I have him in my team." And
he's got quite a nice little mallet, isn't he, old Klopp? He's got a good head of hair. He's like Cantwell's father, or brother, sister.
Exactly, that's it. It's like his love child. So I think kind of it really does depend, but yeah, it's a difficult one because I think kind of I've read, to be honest, around in terms of a lot of FPL managers thinking actually game week 25 is when that next Wildy. If you think about the amount of striker injuries as well, look, you rattled off a number of injuries there, and there was quite a few strikers. So a bit of a striker crisis. You had Rashford, Kane, etc. in there. So it could be a good time to play it. The only flip side to that is that with I think the FA Cup fixture pile-up replays as well, I don't know if that's going to force a potential double game week.
It could well
bonus game week. They're calling it in game week 31, I believe. So for FPL managers out there, you've got a choice. If you're desperate, you probably play it now, and you could always play your free hit maybe in game week 31. But it's something to consider as well for later down the line if you can get by.
I still think it's not worth using it just yet. I think it's save it till the end, and then there's one game week near the end where you can have all 16 players playing. I think it was something I was reading in my research on the Reddit community. Big shout out to our Reddit fans.
That's right, yeah, you can get us on Reddit.
You sure can. Don't forget. I think we should also give a shout out to our venue tonight, Jack Dempsey's, in New York City.
That's it.
Feeding us free beer and hosting us in the warmth here so we can bring this podcast to you guys. So thank you, Jack Dempsey. Big shout out to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. If you're ever on 33rd Street between 6th and 5th Avenue, hop along to Jack Dempsey, have a Dempsey Ale. Come
see the live recording. You can see us every Monday.
There you go.
We'll take ramblings live from the audience. But Neil, jumping into the NYC Brit Street Boys League, we are halfway. It's the halfway of game week 24 because there's one game left.
Definitely. I mean, we've seen some movement.
We have seen some movement,
And I think yours truly, Jimmy Ferg.
Only one person. One person has risen.
That's it. But you rose from, what, 7th?
I was down in 7th,
to 5th.
I'm back in 5th position.
You're nearing the upper echelon of the league.
No wonder I'm here today. I'm extremely smug. I couldn't wait for the podcast. No one else wanted to be here, here to see me celebrate other than you, mate. Brilliant.
Well, exactly. I mean, unfortunately, you've not got much to celebrate after Manchester United lost against Burnley, but we'll get onto that in a bit.
True, but we did beat Tranmere 6-0.
There you go.
Small wins, FA Cup.
Exactly.
I did send you a message in the week as well. Cunningham, Shrewsbury, trying to get a reaction. Too big for that. It's a Liverpool fan. He didn't respond.
Too big for the FA Cup.
Good old Cunningham.
Too big for the FA Cup. We'll get the kids to sort it out for us. But look, you scored the highest out of the game week today. Obviously, we've got one game to play, but you got 41 points, which was the highest. And what that was. Seven above the average.
It's too early to celebrate, though. It's only half time, as I keep saying here. Sean the John McGinn fanboy, he got 25 points. Pella's 40 points. Pella's is moving in on him. He's 34 off the top. Captain Russ, only 34 points, 1301. Yourself, NVD, only 25, near 25.
It was terrible.
1276. I'm sitting 21 behind you with my 41 of the game week so far. And then Sausage Burner, I've taken him. I'm pretty pleased about that. And Matty Lawless in 8th. And then we've got Patrick Vieira, bottom of the table, lowest point score, 22. He had a bit of a nightmare again, poor old Patrick. He's spending too much time with Raheem. Raheem's putting him off.
Baby Raheem's keeping him up at night. I think he just forgets to change his team.
Can't get a break, that poor guy. The one thing I am happy about, I think what we've got to look at is who we've all got left to come, and there's been some people got really shafted with the Mane captaincy, and Pella's put Mane as captain. I believe Pella's may have triple captained him, which
that's very true. He did.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain for him.
He's got to take that 3 points and live with it.
His vice was Alexander Arnold. To get 3 from Mane, that's better than that's like a midfielder didn't score but got a clean sheet. So not the worst thing. Silver lining. Well played, fellas. You've lost your triple captaincy though. I mean, that could come the end of the season if we could get ours right. That could be us up there.
Well, I mean, unfortunately,
I'm thinking big. I've had a good week, and the lights are blinding me.
I think that's it. That's the only bit why I'm worried, because you're behind me in 5th, and you've got that triple captain to play.
Is yours gone?
I've played it. I the last minute gambled on playing it, and I put it on Salah. I'm hoping for a hat trick against West Ham.
Oh, I see. You played it this game week.
Yeah,
game week 24.
To spare my blushes. But I read on many forums actually, a bit foolish to play the triple captain, even though a lot of people, managers did.
I don't think so. I think Liverpool have played the full strength team.
They did. I think it was more so because there were potential other game weeks that could offer certain individuals that actually could score you more points.
Yeah.
My thinking was that, look, if, for example, certainly that if the league is wrapped up by a certain date, then people are going to start, let's say, for example, Man City are going to start focusing on the Champions League. Yeah. More rotation is going to happen. The same with Liverpool, for example. And that might hurt your players who you'd ideally pick for triple captaincy. So... Yeah.
But, I mean, you're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination with Salah. I think it was a very good choice. You're the only person in the league, I believe, that...
You should have scored 2, but oh well.
Well, you're the only guy in our league that has got Mohamed Salah. So if it pays off for you, it's a really big coup for you. It will propel you up the league. And when I watched Salah against West Ham, as you say, he should have got 2. I then watched him against Shrewsbury when he came on.
Yeah.
He had a header that he should have nestled in the back. He is... in form, right? In the fact that he is getting in those positions, he is looking good.
Chances,
I'm nervous about him. I honestly think against West Ham, who absolutely got destroyed by Leicester.
Yeah,
and Leicester are not in a good way, but they beat them 4-1, and it was easy. They carved through West Ham too easily. I'm really, really worried about Salah. I think you're onto a good thing here, and let's propel you up there.
Let's hope so. Come tomorrow when the game is on. But so I mean, just I guess rounding out the league, I think all to play for with
definitely Sean the John McGinn fanboy. He's got Robertson captain.
He's got Alexander Arnold in his team as well, so there's chance for a double up of assists and maybe even in goals there. So still a lot to play for in the league overall, and we'll kind of see what happens.
Captain Russ has gone Alexander Arnold, triple captained him as well, which is a little.
Not a bad shout.
I mean, I went Alexander Arnold after your advice last week. I was listening to what you were saying, and it made sense that Liverpool keeping lots of clean sheets. If he gets one assist, and he did, you're on to a winner. Captain Russ triple captained him, so I'm kind of, it's bittersweet because I'm kind of behind Captain Russ. So do I want Trent because I can catch you, but then I'll go further behind? It's really a tough one. But
it is. That's
the only annoyance. But the good thing, I think,